Hey everybody, it's me, Trenton Moyer, here on the Trenton Moyer YouTube channel. I don't know who else would be hosting the Trenton Moyer YouTube channel, but here I am, right here. I don't entirely know how close or far away I should be sitting right now, but this is my first time. I'm going to give it a whirl, doing an audio commentary of one of my older videos. I've been wanting to start doing this for a while, for the 10th, hopefully you can still hear me, for the 10th anniversary of my YouTube channel. But I just haven't gotten around to it. I made a community post a long time ago, thinking I was going to start it like a year ago and record a bunch of them and then release them this year. But I honestly think it might go better if I record one, release it that week, record another one, release it that week. And some of you may know that, I send out, some friends and family, I send out my videos in groups, so they're more manageable to some friends and family. And I had mentioned it a while ago too, that I was going to send out a new text if people have questions about the old videos that I could answer in this. But I just think for simplicity's sake, for my sanity's sake, for doing the audio commentaries, I'm just going to, sorry if the chair armrests rattling get annoying, but I'm going to just do an audio commentary. And then if anyone has any questions about this one, you can drop them in the, about the making of this video that I'm talking about. You can drop it in the comments. You can drop it in the comments, or if you know me personally, I guess you could text me. So I could accumulate some questions that I could either answer in the next audio commentary, or I may just save quite a few and maybe every so often do a video where it's these are questions revolving around the audio commentaries that maybe I'll separate one video into separate sections. But just so I don't have to wait to do the actual audio commentary, I think I'm just going to go for it. Hopefully we can hear everything fine. There was someone mowing outside, but I think they stopped. We'll see. So, how this is going to work is a couple months ago, I rewatched The Watermelon Show, Season 1, Episode 1, Cool Banana / The Watermelon Paper Part 1. Just want to check. I am not recording the screen. I should start doing that. Oops. Hang on. I'm going to stop this recording and make sure I can hear stuff. Okay, cool. I checked it, and you can hear what I'm saying. Thank goodness. Because I didn't want to have to repeat everything that I just went through. Okay. So now I'm recording the screen, and you can probably see my YouTube channel here with the Poop It's No Choke banner. Soon I'm going to switch it to the Slip a Disc and Get Playered banner, which I have not made yet. I need to make a banner for that. So yeah, I'm a little bamboozled at the moment. I need to work on finishing that here soon. And there's a couple other projects I need to get the ball rolling on, which I have not yet at this point, or not extensively dedicated a lot of time to. But yeah, how the audio commentaries are going to work, or at least this first time, see how it goes. Is a while ago, I watched through Cool Banana / The Watermelon Paper Part 1. Here, I'll get it on the screen here. The first episode of The Watermelon Show, and the first video on this YouTube channel from almost 10 years ago here. So, holy cow. Oh, man. That has more views than I remember it having. I remember it. I think in my head it's perpetually stuck at 300. So that just kind of blows my mind. That's that far past that. Wow. But yeah, I took some notes. I went through and highlighted it. Some things for general discussion and some things to talk about in time with it. So I guess it's not a first viewing in this many years reaction, which I think that would be valuable too, because if I did it like that, I would be completely taken aback and surprised and probably laughing a lot more at things. But I don't know. I feel like the way I want to approach commentaries is kind of a mix between the two. I've listened to quite a few from. That doesn't mean I'm an expert, but I've listened to quite a few from like Blu-ray releases, and I feel like all of them that I've listened to have been a lot of fun. But there's ones where people mess around a lot more. It's a lot more reaction heavy, and people just messing around with each other, which those are a blast to listen to. But there's also ones that are almost entirely focused on the factual, behind the scenes production information. And I feel like I want to try to get a balance between the two. So in my head, like the opposite ends of the spectrum, it's like you got the one that's more talkative. It has some tidbits of information, but more talkative, uh, reactive, fun time is like the Bob's Burgers movie audio commentary on the Blu-ray. If anybody has listened to that, I'm sure somebody out there has. And then on the opposite side in my head is the Paddington 2 audio commentary by director Paul King, which which is very factual heavy, and I really like both of them. Uh, I'm not trying to knock anyone's different way of doing audio commentary. This is not audio commentaries. I don't think have to be like some grandiose, perfect thing. It's just kind of however people want to do it to like have an extra way to like see behind the scenes or like see people's like reactions to the production that they worked on. But I want to try to find a balance in the middle to try to goof around and have fun with it, but also get quite a bit of tidbits. So I guess that's why I took quite a bit of notes to give information on. So these are going to be way longer than the actual run times of the videos. So these aren't going to be like just the video with me talking over them. Like it's going to be me watching it, pausing it. It's probably going to be pretty similar to how the Cute Mario Bros, which I mentioned in one of my chalk drawings, that they were a huge inspiration for the channel. I guess they're quite a bit of quite a big part of the inspiration for this, of doing like that type of audio commentary where like you sit there, talk, pause it, talk a little bit, and then keep playing it. So it'll probably be way longer, especially these shorter videos, way longer than the actual video. So no pressure to set through and listen to the whole thing. Throw it on when you're doing something else if you want to. I know I like throwing on podcasts and people talking, or I guess music in general, when I'm working on animation. But no pressure to listen to the whole thing. You want to listen to some, come back. Why am I going on about this? I don't need to tell you how to ingest your YouTube videos. But yeah. Let's get into it. Oh, man. Okay. Okay, let's see here. All right. Oh, here, I will say this first. Oh, wait, oops, stop. Yeah, I'll read the description. April 21st, 2016. Oh my goodness. Here in about 8 days, I'm recording this on April 13th. That will be 10 years from now. So the 10th anniversary of the YouTube channel, which is why I'm doing these audio commentaries, just to be clear. I'll probably continue them past the 10th anniversary, but description segment 1. Cool banana. Banana knocks off Mr. Watermelon's mustache, and Mr. Watermelon gets mad. Segment 2. The Watermelon Paper Part 1. Mr. Watermelon wants a job, and Banana won't let him. I mean, they're accurate. They're pretty short, but they're accurate descriptions of how it is. I'm gonna... My notes here. Okay, so as you can see here, we got the original Moyer Poop Studio logo, the blue-green, one of my favorite colors, background, the character that's totally not related to any building block corporation character. It's totally not supposed to look like any figures that are miniature of any building block companies out there. And at this point, I thought I was going to do the 3 Heroes of Bubble Island as a full series. So you can see here we got the caterpillar, the scorpion, and the sponge from that here. And they did remain on this for, I believe, seasons 1 and 2. And we got Watermelon and Banana up here, and Mr. Poop, of course, a character that I came up with in second grade. That I used to draw a bunch of comics on. I don't know what happened to all of them, but I used to like draw a bunch of comics on paper. Uh, I think that was like one of, like my first big characters that like I drew that I was like really into drawing, but it took me a while to actually get into incorporating him into the YouTube channel or like my videos. He's just for the majority of my channel, I guess now too, but in a way he's kind of been referenced slash reborn in a way through Poop It's No Choke, since the little baby Poop shares a similar design to him, basically like the same design just without uh limb. Well, he has limbs, it just with like different limbs and no face. But Poop. But yeah, he's been a lot more of like a mascot figure over the years, except for, of course, the three Mr. Poop videos that I've done, and some of his other appearances, which I plan to talk about in these audio commentaries. If I keep talking this much at this rate, this is going to be an hour long for a 4-minute video. I think it's thunderstorming.
Watermelon, watermelon, watermelon lived alone. Watermelon, watermelon got a mustache from his home. Banana met watermelon out on the field. Banana hit that mustache off, and then they're friends for real. Do 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 da, do 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 da, do 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 da.
Okay, I'll go ahead and say this. The theme song. Oh shoot, where do I got it on here? Okay, so yeah, here's a picture of it. I have it. Maybe I'll go grab it. I need to do a better job. Where do I even got it at? Oh golly, here it is. Okay. I'm sorry, I don't know if I'm going to pronounce this right. I might intercut, me pronouncing it the correct way when I edit this, but what I played the theme song on is according to me looking it up here, I believe this is a Kenyan stringed Orutu. I'm sorry if I'm pronouncing that wrong, but I got it at a store called 10,000 Villages. I don't think they have physical stores anymore, but they still sell ethically made fair trade items. Yeah, like they sell them and like distribute them through other stores. But yeah, I got this years ago, and I have a couple other instruments that I got at the 10,000 Villages store. And I do not know how to professionally play this, and I don't think I did much practice before I did the theme song. I'm pretty sure, I don't even think I had the lyrics written down. I'm pretty sure I sat down in my chair in my office at the old house and just kind of strummed away at this while singing and making up lyrics as I was watching through this the episode theme song on here. So it was a very spur of the moment thing, and I've wanted to recreate it over the years, but I've never been able to tune it exactly correctly to match the original like deep strum, almost Mr. Watermelon sounding voice of how I had it tuned before. So hopefully maybe I can get it tuned like that again to maybe make a very updated version of the Watermelon Show theme song. I may do that depending on continuing season 3 goes, how that goes. I may end up doing a new theme song for that, but yeah, that's the instrument I used. And then an xylophone I got from that store is the final ting at the end. The theme song pretty much runs through the basic plot of this episode's very abridged version of it. Mr. Watermelon has a mustache. Banana's jealous. Banana hits it off, and then Mr. Watermelon gets mad and tries to get him. And yeah, so yeah, like a lot of shows from years ago, like the 80s and 90s, I guess some modern shows too, the theme song would like say like the backstory, and the first episode or the pilot would just be that first backstory that's said in the theme song.
Hi. Hi. La 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 la.
Nice mustache. Thanks, dude.
Thanks, dude.
I need it.
What? Come back! Never!
I will say this. I don't know if this is the best image to pause it on, but the outfits. I think in my head, which I still have the outfits. Yeah. Oh my golly. Yeah. Okay. This bag right here. I still do have the outfits from this episode. Here is Mr. Watermelon's. Still holding up pretty good. I thought it smelled like crayons, but I can't really tell now. But yeah, it held up pretty good. And then I think Bananas is in here. Yeah. Yeah. And we got Bananas, which is a lot smaller. There that is. So yeah, I'm pretty sure the style I was going for was like a 1970s disco style flashback where they're both kind of wearing necklaces with like a lot of shiny loops on them. Mr. Watermelon's got like this really cool stash. Like you would think, like the outfit he's wearing with the stash, you would think he would have like an afro or something like that going on, like hairstyle wise. Like I think it's hilarious because I think I was trying to do something really like, oh, this is flashback years ago when they met each other, but it really doesn't make sense with like anything else in the series going forward. It's pretty funny. Yeah, so just like a stereotypical like, oh yeah, this is the 70s, even though it doesn't line up with anything else in the show, I don't think. Oh man. But yeah, I can mention this now because you can see right here, Mr. Watermelon's eyes are fairly small in this first one. Here, wait. Yeah, there's a better shot of him. Mr. Watermelon's eyes are really small. So I think just over time, and it just must be like I wonder if this is like somewhat common with shows and stuff because I know people have talked about the Amazing Digital Circus recently, how like over the course of that series, like characters' eyes became more bigger, like to be more expressive. Uh, in this case, I think over time, I think I made him bigger just because, I mean, right now you can see his eyes, but I think with him being bigger, you can really read the pink part of the watermelon deep in his head. So, and also they've went from being more circular like this to being more rigid hexagonal, which I think the rigid hexagonal shape, like that's been more recently, like season 3-ish and like promo material ish, like so like that's a pretty recent change. I think I was kind of on the fence about it at first, but I think I've kind of like grown into liking that. But there for a while it was circular, but I think they gradually did get bigger over time, so you could see that pink in the head more often. I don't think that was an intentional change that I made, but I think that's just something I just naturally started to occur over time. The mustache. right here on the screen, the mustache, is a grocery store twisty tie that I took from a local grocery store. And I don't know if I just thought, since it was a black twisty tie, that it would work really good as a mustache. It worked fairly well for stop motion. It's pretty posable. Uh, honestly, like for a stop motion mustache, that works pretty good, and I think it gets the point across. Oh, I forgot to mention too in the theme song, a rain stick that I got from 10,000 Villages too is part of the theme song. A big part of the Watermelon Show, something that I think is core to the show, is the usage of the 4:3 aspect ratio. I've kind of bridged out and went a little bit farther with it, with the story drags on and doing some stuff that like plays around with. I mean, there's no stop motion widescreen shots in the story. It drags on. Like there's like some picture shots and stuff that like when they're in my ear, that's not confined to the 4:3. But I really like 4:3. I haven't filmed in it in a little bit, but when doing the Watermelon Show, with Banana and Watermelon, characters that are fairly tall, and with them being fruit, since it's like hard to really have a good way to like secure or tie them down, the 4:3 aspect ratio allows me to maybe be holding part of them or have them attached to something where they can make really wild positions in and off of the frame. Mr. Watermelon, a lot of times, I think you can see it on one of them here. I think my mom helped me hold him. Like right here, you can see the shadow on his head. I think I was taking the pictures, and I think my mom helped me like hold him in place there. But like a lot of times, you can like hold your hand, and it'll be off the frame in order to position him a certain way. I mean, because of course he's circular, and he's not going to. I mean, it would be. Oh my golly! Sorry, there's. I think a thunderstorm going on outside. I might check the weather real quick. Oh boy. Severe thunderstorm watch. Oh boy. Okay. Okay. For now, I'm just going to keep going with this and just see how the storm is. But yeah, the 4:3 aspect ratio. Yeah, with Mr. Watermelon being such like a circular, oval-ish type character, it definitely helps to have a way to be able to like hold him in place without hands being visible all the time. I'm not above hands showing up from time to time. I think it's a fun like little goof every so often. But you can see it especially here in the title card how, since Banana's off screen, I can just like hold them off screen and have them like pop in and out.
Hi.
Yeah.
Hi.
So I think, especially like when I was first starting out, I think the 4:3 aspect ratio is a really, especially with these characters, but I think in general, it's just a fun way to play around with how you want to have your characters positioned. I feel like you can do some pretty wild and funky things in the 4:3 aspect ratio. You can see right here. Okay, I don't want to lose track of where we actually were in the episode, but like right here, you can't really. You can see like the shadow of somebody's arm, but it kind of blends in with the shadow of Banana. But like he's being held by the stem off camera.
Immediate. What? Come back! Never! Bye-bye. What? What are you doing back here? Falling? I would appreciate it if you left. But first, take this gift.
That, the light coming in right here. I think it must have been from my mom opening the door to probably let Wavy out to use the bathroom at the time is what I'm assuming. But just, it is, like, I mean, like, it wasn't intentional. I think I must have just wanted to keep filming, even though, like, the door opened when I probably could have waited a couple seconds for consistency. But, I I don't know. It kind of adds to the dramatic nature of what's going on for a couple of seconds. I mean, it's not consistent, but it's funny. One thing I will say about Mr. Watermelon Banana's voice is, it's not entirely the approach now, but back when I first started, I was thinking the juxtaposition of since I'm voicing both the main characters, I wanted them to sound very different from each other. So my goal was to have Banana be the highest voice I could possibly do, and Mr. Watermelon be the lowest voice I could possibly do at the time. My voice has changed quite a bit over the years, and I don't think that's necessarily my goal anymore. Like, I think Banana is a little bit higher than my normal voice. Hey, Watermelon, how's it going? But not like the highest I could go. And Mr. Watermelon isn't the deepest I could go anymore, but is still significantly deeper than my regular voice. Like, hey, Banana, I don't know what to say. We're on the audio commentary, Banana. They got us on the audio commentary. What are we gonna do? Dang, I don't know if you can hear any of this, but it's getting crazy outside. But yeah, wherever the world I was going with that, man, maybe this isn't the best time to record an audio commentary. But yeah, so my mentality on that's changed a little bit, but still lower and higher than my regular voice. But back then, I really tried to do Mr. Watermelon's like lower, like pit of my soul as possible, and Banana like as high as I possibly could, just to give it that great contrast there.
You left, but first take this gift. Ha ha ha. Let go of me! Ah! The mustache! It's getting away! Huh?
I love that there's just a shot of like you think Banana's gonna say something. I don't know if my point was like just to show that he's looking towards the mustache, and then before Mr. Watermelon looks, but that just cracks me up. The mustache, he's getting away. What? And then we just show Banana just like staring off, like you think he's gonna say something, but just nothing. It's just hilarious. Oh man.
Huh? Whoa, Banana, ho! I'm coming! Ah! He's squeezing me too hard. Ow! Thank you. Are you okay, Banana? Please help me put my eyes back on! Help!
The first instance of the running gag of, please somebody help me put my eyes back on! Help! Which is awesome to see established this early. It's humorous how they're bitter rivals, and then the mustache just becomes alive and it attacks both of them, and it's just like, okay, we're friends now. I guess like a lot of the cliche of like become friends to face a common enemy. Yeah. It's kind of humorous at the episode. The episode is like like early on in the Watermelon Show, I did this where it's like, well, the first half is this story, and the second half is this story. And it's humorous because like at this point, it's like we're over halfway done, and we're just starting the second story, so we're not going to get very far. But I guess this is why it's a part one. I used to be a lot more meta about, or a lot more like, I don't know, it used to be a lot more meta in terms of like this episode, there's like the clapping and them like kind of being out there as like a final bow type thing. And I think in the next episode, like there's like a, do I use a laugh track or is it just the same? I don't know. But like early on, I think, or at least in this one, I think I don't think I ever did something like that again with them standing there and clapping, but I guess it's kind of an early version of how I would eventually go about doing the end credits.
Oh no. Oh no. Ah!
I believe that was just me grabbing wrapping paper or some sort of like crinkly. I'm assuming wrapping paper and just as the sound effect there.
What are you doing, Watermelon? Just reading the newspaper. Boring.
Just reading the newspaper. I haven't written my notes here. I love the framing of this shot right here. It's like one of the things I said with the 4:3 aspect ratio, playing around with that. But just I don't know. It almost seems like something from like a 2D animated cartoon, just the way his head's positioned there. Maybe I'm just saying that because like the drawn on face. I don't think I mentioned this before, but like Banana's mouth, I draw on with a brown crayon, and then over time it kind of becomes more. I don't know, just kind of like sinks, the imprint of it sinks into the banana, but and his eyes are paper with like a pupil drawn on and cut around and taped to his head. You can see the tape right there. But this is just such a hilarious frame. It would still be funny if Banana looked like a pristine banana, but right here, you can tell that's the same banana through the course of this video, of this episode, because he's starting to look a lot more rough by the end of it. And just this shot is just such a goofy shot. I love it so much right here. This is just, I think it's just mainly Banana. Like Watermelon takes up like 95% of the shot, and he's just, Banana has just such an exaggerated face going on right here, and he's relegated to just being in the bottom left corner. It's amazing.
There's an ad in the paper about getting a job for the paper. Oh, cool. I'm going to try out. What? When?
And right here, this is something I've leaned into a lot because in most instances, the fruit characters of the Watermelon Show, and the clay characters too, don't have mouths that move. Every great once in a while, I'll have Mr. Watermelon blink and like replace the pieces that I've cut out of his eyes, but
in the paper about getting a job for the paper. Oh, cool.
Right there, I feel like that's like the earliest instance of, unless there's probably one of the first part I missed, but moving the fruit's body like in sync with the audio of the dialogue that's happening right here. The oh cool, like oh cool, the sarcastic oh cool, like as his body moves in line with that to try to give it more of a punch, since the mouth itself doesn't actually move, so like the body language has more emphasis. And the story drags on. There's a shot that I really like that I did with Walnut, where like I filmed it like with him propped up on a table and the camera under it, so I could get a good shot of him like really like, are you okay? Are you okay? When he's talking to Key. But I don't know, I feel like sometimes you can overdo it. Like I guess I should say I can overdo it because I'm the one doing this. But I feel like that's a really cool and fun way to keep the characters feeling alive despite the fact that they don't have mouths that move.
Oh, cool. I'm going to try out. What?
When?
I came about the ad, sir. Oh, yeah.
Yes! Here we are. The first, I don't know why I acted so excited. I haven't been playing this at all, but I just wanted, I don't know. Okay, so here we have the first introduction of Pineapple. He used to talk quite a bit different, more of like a old school announcer, like, oh yes, that ad, like how he talks here like an old school announcer. One thing I will say about him, and I think this is kind of a problem that happened later on down the line with the show, but well, not the same circumstances, but just me adding so many characters and probably not balancing things very well. But Pineapple was initially just supposed to be a one-off character for this episode, and my fourth grade teachers were like really great teachers. Like they allowed the kids to do fun, they always had us doing really fun projects, and they allowed some of us to like show off things that we wanted to do. So when I made this on YouTube, they actually let me we screened it about 10 years ago to the class, And afterwards, my fourth grade teacher, one of the fourth grade teachers, had my fellow classmates take a vote on who their favorite character was. Pineapple didn't win. He was like third. I think he got like maybe like 8 votes, or maybe less than 8 votes. It was like third. But still, that was enough to convince me, like, well, some people like him. I should keep him around. So he became one of the central characters of the show. Yeah. But yeah, he is a very similar design to Watermelon in terms of like the eyes being cut out, but unlike Watermelon, where Watermelon's mouth is just scraped on with a knife, Pineapple is actually like cut out like the eyes. And I mean that's because Pineapple, I don't know if I've really tried to do like a scrape thing, but I don't know how that would work with a pineapple. It just works better, I think, from a visual standpoint, like since the yellow is like such a glaring, noticeable thing. Like, oh, there's his mouth.
So do I get a job? No. No! I can't believe you did that. Bye-bye. Wah, wah, wah.
Oh, golly.
Whoa! Good morning, good morning, good morning, good morning, good morning.
And good breakfast.
Note? Watermelon! Sorry. Wah, 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 wah.
Just let him get a job, Banana. What the heck?
Watermelon show. Watermelon show, bro. Dun dun.
Okay. That was the Watermelon Show, the first episode. I'm gonna see. I have talked a ton, probably way more excessively. I love going back and watching these old videos. I don't do it nearly often enough because I don't know if I'm just worried. I just don't want to be too self-indulgent always watching my own videos. Most of the time on YouTube, I'm watching other people's videos. But yeah, I know people have talked a lot before, like they're so embarrassed by their first videos. And in some respects, I can get a little bit embarrassed of some things in some of my older videos if I'm watching around a group of people. But I'm so glad that I've kept the vast majority of my videos public and haven't gotten the urge to take them down. Because honestly, I've improved a lot since then, and these aren't reflective of the skills that I have now. But it was just such an important stepping stone and such like a cornerstone of my development, like as an artist, as an animator. It was a big part. It's a big part of me as a person. It's just like very integral to me. Like these mean a lot to me. They're not perfect. This first one, I think, is pretty solid. Some of the later ones in season 1 have a lot more editing issues, so I didn't really touch on that very much here, or at all here. But I don't know. I love it dearly. Hearing my voice from so long ago, it's just great. It's great. I'm really glad it's here. I can't believe it's almost 10 years old. It boggles my mind. I mean, it makes sense. It does make sense, but it does. It boggles my mind. Yeah. Yeah. Let me just take a look-see here. Oh yeah, I guess I should specify. This wasn't my first time doing stop motion animation. I had done videos on my tablet of like toys like around the house. There's like this one like little Easter bunny candy dispenser that was like a rabbit on a bicycle that I used to push around. I did like a whole mini series with him. But this is the first public stop motion animation I ever did. Like the first big public thing. And probably because of that screening in 4th grade is probably why it has so many views compared to some of my other things. Just, I don't know. The 4th grade teachers I had did a great job of encouraging me to pursue what I'm pursuing in life now, and it's giving me a lot of encouragement. And I just think that it just created a lot of fond memories for me from that class and just from some of these older projects I did in general. And like later on when some episodes incorporate my friends, it just gives me a lot of fond memories to look back on. I'm not saying that everything was perfect. There's some of these that I remember being stressed out when I was making some things of them. I'll get to that when I get to that. But yeah. So yeah, huge shout out. I don't know if you're watching this or not, but huge shout out to Mr. Hoops and Mrs. Miller for all the encouragement that you gave me in 4th grade, and to my friends that were really into this when I first started this. Um, well, I will touch on this. This isn't technically the first bit of Watermelon Show content or Watermelon Show media that I produced. I didn't realize this. I think this was like a subconscious thing. When I wanted to start a YouTube channel, we went out to the grocery store. I'm like, I want to get a watermelon and a banana. I don't think I remembered, and I don't think I remember until like after doing quite a few watermelon shows. But a couple years prior, I like filmed with my tablet, not stop motion, but just me spinning around a carved watermelon. I think I have it on DVD still, so I may, if I do a 10th anniversary screening event, I may have a clip of it in there potentially. But yeah, like I technically had a very different early version of what I called the Watermelon Show at the time with Mr. Watermelon. I mean, no banana. Like the rest of the cast was like toys that I had around the house. So, a very different from how this is now. But it's just crazy, like how some stuff will just be locked in the back recesses of your mind, and then you just coincidentally like do something again, like be, oh my goodness, it's like the watermelon is lodged within my brain. It's never going anywhere. And I guess I'll say this because I put in the notes, but I guess what you get out of Mr. Watermelon and Banana's characters from this first one is Mr. Watermelon. He's the voice of reason. He's responsible. I don't know why I wrote more physically slow, because the part he gets knocked over by the mustache, he really flies, but I guess just the movement's not as energetic as Banana. Oh, Banana. Energetic. Boisterous. Irresponsible. Yeah, that checks out since he specifically doesn't want Mr. Watermelon to get a job. Yeah. So I could go on and add extra things and talk forever. This is probably already going to be 20 minutes long for an almost 4-minute YouTube video. But thank you for taking the time to listen to this if you did, and taking part in celebrating the 10th anniversary of my YouTube channel by watching this. And I hope you learned a bit about how I did this along the way. If you have any questions regarding this, regarding this video, or anything I said in the audio commentary, feel free to leave a comment, or like I said, if you know me personally, to text me. Yeah. And like I said, I might incorporate into the next audio commentary, or I may simply just incorporate everything into like a Q&A video a little bit farther down the line. But yeah, here's the first audio commentary. It went quite a bit better than I thought it was going to. I kind of thought I'd be a disaster going from the notes to reacting and like back and forth, but I think it went pretty well. So, and the storm seems to have mellowed out quite a bit outside. So, thank you for everything. If you've been watching the channel just starting now, or from years ago, thank you for stopping by. Goodbye.
Wah, 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 wah. Watermelon, 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 watermelon show. Watermelon show, bro. Dun dun.